Hello everybody, it's Connor from Cinity Gaming, and I'm on my own unfortunately this week since Pete's away with his dad because he's 18 on Thursday, so probably better wish him a happy birthday for Sunday since, well, 18 is a bit of a milestone. It might not be in the US because, well, what can you do in the US when you're 18? I don't know, but you might be able to gamble, I'm not sure. But here in Britain, you can drink, you can gamble, you can... Actually, I don't know if there are any other things that you can do. Anyway, CGN for Sunday the 25th of January. Not really a lot to mention this week, actually. The game releases that we know that are coming out. Well, today we've got Resident Evil Revelations 2 Episode 1. So, I think that's going to be a bit like that Game of Thrones game that's just come out, and the Wolf Among Us that was out last year. I think it's just going to be like loads of things just released at different stages. So, it's going to be a bit like an episodic game where you buy the game and then, like, storylines are released several months apart. So, yeah. That's coming out on the Xbox One, PS4 and PC. Obviously, it's Resident Evil, and that always gets rated an 18, so it's an 18. Tuesday the 27th, we've got Dragon Ball Xenoverse, I think that is, coming out on PC. That's rated 12. Now, I couldn't actually verify if this was definitely coming out, but I put it in since it possibly might, but... yeah, as I say, I couldn't verify it for definite because I couldn't see it listed on Steam anywhere. But I assume it's coming out. Our source is usually accurate, so yeah. That's it for the game releases this week as far as we know. There might be a few more coming out like last week. Or should I say yesterday or Saturday. I think there was like a whole list of games that came out. So we didn't mention that last week because they hadn't been given a date that they were coming out. So it's still quite early on in the year, so... there's still quite a lot of dates to be confirmed for games. So, on to the news, where we've only got two things to say this week, because, well, to be honest, there wasn't really a lot of things worthy of saying. I saw quite a lot of things like, oh, such and such has announced such and such, or DLC's come out and loads more achievements are there. But we don't tend to put those in CGN, simply because... often there's too many announcements or like too many things happening similar to that, and since we only put like 3 things in every week because it's already long enough anyway, it might make us seem a bit biased if we choose one over the other. So we don't, unless it's a big brand like Call of Duty or The Sims that everybody knows, we don't tend to include announcements for individual games, especially if they're not major in this. So the first bit of news this week, or first out of 2, is Club Nintendo is closing down. That was a bit of a shock to me actually, although to be honest I'm not 100% sure what Club Nintendo is. I think you buy Nintendo games, they come with like a code or something inside them. You go onto your Club Nintendo account, redeem the code, and then you get like points you can spend on stuff. I think that's it, but I'm not 100% sure. Nintendo recently announced plans to discontinue and end its Club Nintendo service worldwide. Club Nintendo was originally launched in Japan in October 2003, where it later expanded to countries in Europe and America. Just to let you know, America is just one country, I think. Well, actually, no, the United States of America, let's say that. The way that the service is going to be closed is quite complicated, as Nintendo will be ending different parts of the services at different times in different regions. I've got to be honest, I don't know why they're doing it like that. It is extremely complicated how they're doing it. So, for example, this is a real example. Club Nintendo product registration cards will stop being included in packaged software from the 1st of February in America. Oh, no, hang on a minute. No, that might be Japan. It might have been Japan they were stopping it in. Yeah, I think it's Japan they're stopping it on the 1st of America. 1st of February, not America. Sorry. So, from the 1st of February in Japan, I'm pretty sure it's Japan. Whereas it's the 1st of April in the UK. So... it seems like they're going to be closing the UK version a bit later. I'm not sure why, but they are. The service is expected to be to completely end by the end of 2015, and it is advised that any remaining points are spent as soon as possible. So yeah, it's kind of complicated how they're doing it, and they're going to end certain things at different times. Like, I think it might be in America on the 1st of April. They're going to be stopped. Like, no one will be able to like register for the service or do much else. So it's quite complicated how they're closing it. I don't know why they can't just say, right, we're closing Club Nintendo. Here's the date it's closing worldwide. That'd be so much easier. Anyway, the second news thingy. Windows 10 is to incorporate Xbox. So many of you might have been aware that Microsoft did a special conference on Wednesday where they announced stuff to do with Windows 10, which I believe is coming out this year. So I'll just read this and then explain a bit more. So last week Microsoft held a special conference which revealed and outlined some of the new features coming to their upcoming Windows operating system, Windows 10. One of the things announced at the conference was the integration with the Xbox One console. Windows 10 will come with an Xbox app that not only allows you to view achievements and send messages and do all stuff like see what your friends are doing or rearrange your pins on your Xbox dashboard, but it will also allow you to stream your Xbox One games to your PC, meaning you can play your Xbox One games wherever you go. That is providing you have a laptop, unless you're a person that likes to take their desktop with them on a train. Xbox Live will also be incorporated into Windows 10 and will support multiplayer cross-platform. So I believe that's basically saying that you can play an Xbox One game on your PC and play on Xbox Live with people on their Xbox One. So, to be honest, I'm not really sure if I like that idea that much, but yeah, because to be honest with you, if you're going to be able to use multiplayer, the chances are you'll have your Xbox One with you. Because if you're like on a train or something with your laptop, you might not exactly have the best internet. I mean, I can't imagine the train companies have got brilliant Wi-Fi where you can play Xbox Live. So, yeah, Windows 10 is expected to launch later this year, and it will be free to Windows 8.1 users. So that's the first Windows operating system that's actually going to be given like to people with the latest one for free. Although actually, I suppose Windows 8.1 is a bit different to Windows 8, and you got Windows 8.1 for free. So yeah, that's pretty much what Windows 10, or what came out of the Windows 10 conference in terms of gaming. We knew that there was going to be something to do with gaming because Microsoft had said just before Christmas that they want to try and revolutionise gaming on PC. So that is their idea. So you can now play your Xbox One games on your PC, but it seems like you need an Xbox One to do it as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this week's CGN. One other thing I will note as well, those of you who have Xbox Live and an Xbox One and possibly 360 might be affected, but I believe Microsoft have been having a few issues with achievements in the last few days. I noticed this myself on Friday, where I was unlocking achievements on my Xbox One, but none of the gamer score was going onto my actual gamer score. So I was unlocking a 20G achievement, and that 20G wasn't adding on to my gamer score. I think this is an actual issue because, like, with the actual service, I posted something on the Xbox forums and loads of people have been saying the same thing. So my advice is, if you like achievements and that, I wouldn't get any for the next few days if the problem's still occurring, because I so far have lost 80G because of it and I'm not impressed. So hopefully that will go into my account at some point, but I don't know for definite, and I will sadly miss it if it doesn't. Anyway, that is CGN for Sunday the 25th of January. Pete might be here next week. Knowing him, he's probably off somewhere with his mum for 18th thing. He's probably out for dinner or something. So I wouldn't put a bet on it that he's going to be here. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week, hopefully with some more game releases and some more news. Bye bye.